So that's what I think is most exciting, that these are ours. So when you wear this, or when a fan wears this, like, what team it is, not just by what it says, not just by the colors, like by the design. The design will be like the storyteller of which team this is.
What's up, everybody? It's Diamond Deshields.
Hey, y'all. I'm Asia Wilson with BR Kicks.
And you're watching Craft.
We've got some new jerseys for you. We've got not just new jerseys, we've got unique jerseys to each team, which is new. We've got 3 different types of jerseys that kind of represent 3 different things, which is also new. For me personally in Seattle, we are going back to the white, so every team will have a white uniform. For Seattle, we're going back to the traditional kind of green with yellow, which is like truly the Emerald City. It's kind of, synonymous with basketball in our town. That's being showcased on these uniforms. So just a lot of good stuff's happening.
When I opened up the box, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is it. Like this is what we've been kind of waiting for and wanting, and we finally got it. And it's refreshing. Like it really is. You don't want to get your hopes too high, and it's sad that we stand like that. But honestly, you got to sometimes protect your heart and your hopes, because you just don't know. I thought it was going to be looking like a playing card. I was like, okay.
As women in this league, we all have different body types. It's really important to having a uniform that can fit and feel good for multiple different kinds of body types. And I think these uniforms, they've done a great job of addressing some of the issues.
I think for us as the athletes, we just gave them our feedback on the things that we necessarily didn't like too much on the last uniforms. For me, biggest thing was shorts. I like to roll, I like to tuck, I like to do all of that. And in some cases I don't have to do it, but sometimes I like the way that it fits when I do it. It's fit to us, fits true to us as our body frame, our shape. Gotta show that off on the court. That was just a key part for me.
And I think the other part about it was just being vocal about the fact that we wanted new uniforms and that we wanted distinctive uniforms for our teams, and we didn't want to look like each other. I remember in the meeting, it was like, why don't we get to have a city edition? Why don't we get to have a white or, whatever each team said in their meeting? So just being vocal about, what we wanted. And it was greatly appreciated that Nike asked.
When I saw that jersey with no number on the front, just our logo, I was like, no, absolutely not. You can buy someone else's jersey and be like, yeah, this is the Asia Wilson jersey.
My number is really important to me. I've been number 10 my entire life. The only times I haven't worn it are the few times in AAU where it was either not available or the uniform was too big and I couldn't wear it, and I would go to number 20 or something. 2 times, double the 10. So 10's really important. It's also exciting to have the city and the name of your team on the front. We've gotten away from that in our league a little bit as well. So it's nice to have that back, and exactly what you're representing when you put these jerseys on.
I sucked with playing basketball, and all the greats pretty much wear 23. So I was like, I could never wear 23. So I just subtracted that, and I subtracted one, and I got 22, and I was like, wow, this fits me. I'm not there yet to wear 23, but 22, we can work with this. So that's the meaning of mine. I wish I had a more emotional one. But
Wow. And look at you now. Statued up.
Chill.
So for me, number 1 was my very first basketball number. And when I was a kid, I remember, when I made my basketball team, whatever, it's picking your number. I didn't have any attachment to any number. So I picked number 1 because what I told myself at the time was there's not another girl on the planet Earth that's like me. I'm just one of a kind. And so when I got to the league and it's time for me to change my number, I'm like, okay, what do I do? And, I just kind of went back to that very first number because it brings a childlike sense back to me when I put my uniform on, and kind of takes me back to when I first started playing.
I think what excites me the most about them is, as someone who's played in the WNBA for the longest tenured player right now, what I personally think the fans will love, because this is what I love, and it's something I've already touched on, is that it's unique to us this time. Every uniform along the way has just been a template, and they would just change the color for whatever team. So every uniform, in its core, was the same. They were literally all the same. And then I just got the yellow and green one. D got the purple and whatever color that is one. So that's what I think is most exciting, that these are ours. You know, so when you wear this, or when a fan wears this, like, you know what team it is, not just by what it says, not just by the colors, like by the design. The design will be like the storyteller of which team this is.
I think it's all about transformation, right? It's all about just like adapting and changing and being open. I think that speaks a lot to our league and where we are. But like you said, also where we're going. Like, we're going to continue to adjust. We're going to continue to roll with whatever gets thrown at us. We're going to continue to make the most out of what we have and utilize our platform to do so and the resources available to us. Nike is a very, very huge resource. So to have the opportunity to be, you know, a part of a brand like Nike who's done the things that they have on behalf of women in sports, I think that is very, very empowering.